What is up, YouTube? It is the Ville Outdoors here. It's been a while since I've gotten to film a video for you guys. It is October 2nd of 2021 and we are here in a spot that I've never fished before, actually doing some saltwater fishing today in Manasquan, New Jersey. This is the Manasquan Inlet I'm fishing here, and it was kind of just a spur of the moment decision to come here because I was originally scheduled to work today, but thankfully I got my shift covered and took a little daycation with my parents over here to Manasquan, New Jersey. I registered for my license yesterday and we're going to be doing some saltwater fishing for pretty much anything that bites. I'm starting off by throwing this metal spoon here to see if there's any bluefish around, because that would just be the most exciting thing we could catch if there's any around here. I'm not seeing any blowing up on the surface or chasing any bait, so my hopes of finding bluefish are dwindling. But in the case that we're not able to find some, which it looks like that might be the case, we do have some bait that I was purchased at a tackle shop. We got a tub of clams and we're gonna punch those around the rocks here in a little while and see if there's any tautog or blackfish around the rocks. I already seen one guy pull up a short flounder, but that was all I've seen caught so far. So we're gonna try our luck out here on the inlet, see what we got working, and hopefully we can catch some fish, because I haven't caught a fish in quite some time, especially saltwater. It's been since Florida, which has been quite some time already. So stick with it and stay tuned, and hopefully we can catch some fish for you guys today. Alright guys, we just switched over to some bait. We got a chunk of clam on a bottom sweeper jig. I'm just going to punch this down here around the rocks, see if there's any tautog or something that wants to bite. This is only a 1/2 ounce bottom sweeper jig. I think I'm going to need more than a 1/2 ounce, so we might switch to a high-low rig with some heavier weight and start punching that a bit later on. But we're going to give the 1/2 ounce a shot first and see how this fares. Guys, we've only been bait fishing for about 5 minutes or so, but we already are down one bottom sweeper jig. Lost it to the rock monster. It's not casting super far because you want to get it close to the rocks, because that's where these tautog are going to be hanging around at. Having it in the water for too long, because otherwise the current will take you right into the rocks. You just want to kind of cast it out there and let it drift along the bottom, or sweep along the bottom, and hopefully some shellfish loving fish will come and snag it. Of course I wasn't recording, but we finally got our first fish of the day. This is a black sea bass, so not a new species for me, but it's a pretty little fish. A common rock dweller here in New Jersey. We're gonna take a shot of this guy and then we're gonna let him go. Well, our little black sea bass slipped away before we could get a good release on him. He kind of just fell amongst the rocks and went back into the holes the hard way. But I felt a little tap, and I didn't start the camera because I just assumed that it was going to be another rock, but it was a black sea bass. Guys, we got a fish on here. Not sure what it is yet. Oh boy, it's another black sea bass. A much nicer sized one though. Oh boy. Let's try and get a hand on this guy. That is actually my PB black sea bass, believe it or not. So not bad. We'll take that. Actually, let me get a picture of them before I get the hook out, because the last one slipped away from us. But that's pretty cool. I like the colors on these guys. Alright guys, just got our little black sea bass unhooked here. We're gonna go and toss them back into the depths. Both fish came on the same piece of crab or clam on a little bottom sweeper jig. Moved down the jetty slightly. I was right at the edge of the beach on the other side of the jetty, but now a bit further down. I would be fishing the surf right now, but it's really rough over there, and there's like some surfing event going on, and I don't want to catch surfers. I want to catch fish. So we're gonna see how this section of the jetty does, see if we can get any bites, and if not, then we'll keep looking for the fish. We already caught 2 so far, but there should be more where those came from. Let's try not to get snagged though. Oh, they already stole my clam. There's something down there, I felt it. Well guys, it's been a slow day so far. We caught those 2 black sea bass fairly close to each other, and now the action has pretty much slowed down. Haven't seen anybody else catch anything, so I'm not too concerned that it's something I'm doing wrong, but would have liked a little more productivity. Hoping there's something good out there somewhere. I haven't given up yet. Well guys, I just hooked a mussel. I can't catch another fish, but somehow I hook a mussel right in between the shell. Like, that is right in between where the shell connects itself. How do I catch that but not a fish? Doesn't make any sense. I might have had a bite because something took my bait, but we'll see. My line's getting a little frayed. I might have to retie that. Alright guys, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna still be bait fishing, but I'm gonna be using a high-low rig with slightly smaller hooks than what's on this what do you call it, bottom sweeper jig here. I'm still getting some bites on the clams, but they're just not very big bites, at least from what I can tell. Doesn't mean that it's not a big fish, but I'm gonna switch out for a high-low rig with slightly smaller hooks and put smaller pieces of clams on there and see if that increases our catch rate at all. We'll still have the chance to catch a new species, but just will be targeting slightly smaller specimens than larger ones. So I'm gonna get that tied on and I'll be right back with you guys. There we go guys. Finally got another little black sea bass. I'm guessing that's what's been biting, just a bunch of these little guys. Came on the clam on the high-low rig. I'm not gonna bother taking a picture of this little guy, but there he is. Tiny little guy, got a messed up tail. Smallest one of the day by far, but we're just gonna toss him back then. I was hoping that this is going to entice some other fish to come up, but I guess this whole pier has just been, or not pier, but jetty has been taken over by these black sea bass. Haven't seen a single person catch a tautog. Saw one guy catch a small flounder, but that was when I first got here. Haven't seen anyone catch anything else. farther down or further up. So I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I haven't seen anybody been doing any better. I don't know who decided to take my boat out for a spin, but I don't know how they got the keys to that thing. I had it locked up pretty good. Man, people just be stealing my boats nowadays. That thing, I don't even want to know the price tag on that thing. That thing is absolutely insane. And you got the big tuna rods in the back too. Those are probably several $1,000s a piece. Boat itself, you can probably buy 3 of my houses with those. That is ridiculous. It's nice, but geez, that is huge. In the meantime, guys, we got another fish coming up here. Another black sea bass. Whew. Current is ripping through here right now. I guess downsizing the hook was the smarter play to increase our catches, but there's not a whole lot of variety here, which is all right. We're still catching fish, just not very big. Oh no! Well, that was a failed release, but he was back in the water all right. He did drop our piece of clam for us though, which was nice. Those black sea bass are actually a member of the grouper family, believe it or not. Another fish on, guys. Another little black sea bass. Tiny little guy, again. I'm hoping one of these is going to be a baby tautog, but haven't had much luck with those, and apparently neither has anybody else. Fish on. Looky here, another black sea bass. That's number 6 on the day. These things are inescapable. Just absolutely infested this pier. Why do we keep saying pier? It's a jetty. Jetty. They infested the jetty. Guys, fish on, fish on. This is a nice one. It's not super nice, but it's another black sea bass, 7 on the day. Guess we're gonna title this black sea bass fishing since this is all we're catching. But they're cool fish. I mean, I'm not complaining about it. It's something I don't get to catch too often because I don't saltwater fish that much. And it's cooler looking than the repetitive pinfish that you get pretty much anytime you drop a bait into the water in Florida. Not that I'm complaining about fishing in Florida, I love it. But yeah, this is fun too. It's a nice break from the typical creek fishing we usually do around Pennsylvania. That's a nice black sea bass. Let's take a shot and let him go. Another fish on, guys. This feels like another decent one. Let's just get him up here. Yeah, not bad. Cool looking fish. They're just all over the place in here. That's number 8 on the day. Caught 3 of these guys right in a row. This one's number 10. I didn't show number 9 on camera, but back to back casts with a black sea bass. Just a little guy, got some scarring on him. He's been caught several times before. Like I said, this place has been absolutely infested with these things today. So we haven't found the tautog that we're looking for yet. I would choose a different bait, but clams is the only bait we have because the tackle shop did not have crabs this morning. So we just got clams. Guys, our 12th black sea bass of the day turns out to be one of the larger ones of the day. Nice size. I thought it was a tautog at first, but we are wrong once again. This guy's got a little more teeth than some of the other ones have had, but cool looking fish. Take a shot, let him go. Alright guys, apologize for all the wind noise and everything in this video. A lot of commotion going on right now, but it's getting to be a bit of a splash zone over here. This rock right here is the one I was standing on, completely covered in water now, but it's getting around lunchtime, so I'm going to take a break and grab some food. I might come back to keep fishing, I might not, so in case I don't, I'm just going to film the outro now, but then if we go back to fishing we can just add on. But right now we're ending at 14 fish. All 14 of them were all black sea bass. Couldn't catch a tautog like I wanted. Didn't see anyone catch a tautog. But maybe if we fish later we'll end up catching one. But it's just been pretty slow out here other than the black sea bass bite, which seemingly never stops here. But other than like actual game fish like flounder and tautog, bluefish, it just seems like there's none around. I mean, it's really rough in the inlet right now. That could be part of it. Like the surf is absolutely ripping behind me. So there's multiple different factors that could go into it. The wind direction could also change it a little bit, but yeah, not too shabby for a trip that just kind of was spur of the moment. All the fish came up on that clam bait. Just a little tub of frozen clam. It's fresher than the bag stuff that they have in the shop. So we caught 2 on the half-ounce bottom sweeper jig, and then we caught all the other 12 on a high-low rig with a size 4 hook and pieces of squid. And then for my rod I was using my St.Croix Triumph 6.5 foot, and then I had a Penn Fierce 2 4000 as my reel, and then I had 12 pounds monofilament on there as well. So that'll do it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's something a little bit different that I don't usually do on my channel. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next episode of the Ville Outdoors.